New at 5, body camera video showing the dangers that police face. This happened 2 days ago in Tukwila as police were confronting a man who was armed.
Greg Copeland shows us the tense encounter and that the big surprise that put a third party right in the middle of danger. Greg.
File this under what was he thinking? Okay, so on Wednesday, officers rolled up to the scene along Tukwila International Boulevard. Body cams rolling. Callers say a man had threatened people with a knife. And you'll see here officers commanding that guy to get on the ground, holding their tasers, guns. They kept telling him to get on his knees, but he would not comply. Now, you're going to see here, showing the techniques that the officers use, keeping their distance, issuing clear directives, and helping each other during the encounter. And then something unexpected happened. A driver stopped his car in the middle of the road, got out, started shooting video of the scene with his smartphone, ignored officers' commands to stay back, and then walked right up to the suspect.
Get back, sir! Stay back! He has a knife! Get back! Get back!
No.
Get back!
Oh, God damn it!
Stay there! Stay there!
Yeah, you get your ass.
Stay there!
Okay, so a dangerous situation became even more so as that citizen got right in the middle of that police response. He, you saw there, was pulled to the ground for his own safety, and then according to police, he tried to kick the sergeant who had taken him to the ground, then punched his leg and groin area multiple times. Well, police arrested both men. The so-called Good Samaritan now faces charges of not only obstructing a public servant, but also assaulting an officer. Not his first arrest for that, also happened last year. The man with the knife faces possible charges of obstructing a police servant, also brandishing a weapon.